this?
Welcome to the Killer Comic Show.
Welcome to the Killer Comic Show.
Love that intro. Love that intro.
Hey, I've got to add that to my show reel. I have to.
It's Thursday again. We've got a special treat for everyone tonight, haven't we, guys? But how are you two doing anyway? It's been busy.
It's been a busy week. Been a very busy week. But the prospect of having this show has kept me going. So I'm super looking forward to tonight's show. What about you, Tom?
Yeah, no, same, mate. I have had a silly busy week. I don't think I've actually had an hour off to myself, which has been strange. But yes, very excited for the show. This has actually got me through the week so far. So yes, very excited.
Well, the chat is absolutely buzzing tonight, and they're not here to listen to us talk about comics. They're probably here to speak to our fantastic guests that we've got lined up coming on. So without further ado... Hey. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you?
And thank you for this amazing intro. I feel so important.
Well, you are very important.
Well, you are very important. I mean, you're absolutely amazing at what you do. So thank you for taking the time to chat with us free about everything Carla Cohen.
Thank you so much for having me during your show.
No, honestly, it's great having you on. We're very much appreciative. But before we do get started, I just want to say that to everyone in the chat, it's going to be open to you guys if you want to ask Carla some questions. So feel free to drop them in the chat and we'll drop them in and hopefully Carla will answer them. So, Carla, I guess first things first, how are you getting on with everything, with the world of COVID? It all coming to an end now. I guess it's not much different for you, really.
Well, no, it's not much different besides that I miss a lot being part of Comic-Con and shows around the world. So no traveling, but a lot of productivity. As you can see, since I'm not attending shows, I'm producing more covers.
Yeah.
I'm doing some more commissions, less wait for clients to get their artwork done. So there's some positive points. We try to focus on the positive aspects of it. And I'm doing well.
It's good to hear, because I guess with COVID and everything, as an artist or a writer and everything, it's not that much different, to be fair. I guess you kind of find yourself in your bubble and just concentrating on what you're doing.
Yeah. It's not much different, COVID or not COVID, for an artist, because you're in front of your painting, like, during the whole day. You paint at your home or at your art studio, but you have not much contact with people. What was nice before that we can't have right now is to have contact with people at the shows, meet fans, get their books signed. Because now, since I'm in Italy, it's not easy to get book signs for people. Otherwise I will have to get all the books from everyone coming from my courier every day, which will be like pretty impossible. But it's not much different. Besides, I really miss the direct contact with people and meet the people, because it's always nice to see like who appreciate your work. I like to get some feedbacks. I like answering questions, and that's nice that no matter COVID, it's nice that we can be part of that kind of shows you're running, guys, because it's always nice to have a contact with people around the world and to hear.
It's always good. Like, we kind of pride ourselves on like being the community, like one of the shows that kind of give back. So having guests on like yourself is incredible. So massive thanks for taking
Thank
the time
you.
and coming on. But I think what we've done, we've added a couple of slides, so it's just easy for us to go through and like kind of start from the beginning. So yeah, you was nice enough to send me some of these pictures, so thank you very much for that. But I guess if you just want to take us back to the start, like, how did it all start for you? How did you get into comics? How did you kind of find yourself where you are today?
My start, if I must say the real truth, it's a love story. It's not about
Another love story.
Yeah, it's not about art.
Let me get some popcorn.
yeah, no, really. Because when I think about how it started and everything, it seems like a Hollywood movies, and I'm definitely not in the Hollywood movies and everything. But yeah, it's so I always been into art. I did a preschool of art in Paris. Then I did another school in Amsterdam, but never find my way. I think art is so large that it's hard to find like where you really want to go and where you want to get professional. For me, it was very important to get professional as soon as possible because I really wanted to work. Not like at 40 years, you know. I wanted to study, but efficiently and find my way. So basically, with those school, I wasn't happy, and my travel ends in Florence, in Italy, the Renaissance.
Very cool.
Yeah. So for me, I always liked art, and for me, the best place where I could study art was in Florence. Back to the basic, I would say, being into the Renaissance art, the old master study of the painting. I really want to study classical. So I end up in a school, and in Florence, it's such a small, small village for artists, and I met Lucio Perillos at this gallery, and it ended up that I really liked what he was doing as an illustrator. For me, comics wasn't at all my field. I wouldn't have imagined myself there, but illustration, I really like this. Also because Lucio is a comic artist, but he's also a traditional artist that study master of the 800th century. So we directly catch up in something very art field based, like classical painting. So it was how to say, so easy.
Yeah.
That we start our story.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and I learned a lot from him, basically everything. I must be very honest.
You can't give him all the credit. That's not fair.
No. He. I think I had something like a base because I learned very fast. I've become professional very in a quick amount of time. But I must say that everything I've learned, it's mostly from him. Then you do your own experience, but the begin package was from him. And it ends up that I was coming, since we lived together and everything, I was going with him at different shows, and it ended up I did some meeting with people, and I did several commissions since since people appreciate what I was doing. And my first, so I think you will show it, but it ended up that I had my first cover request where we were, me and Lucio, on vacation. I had nothing, no tools for painting, no nothing, but I couldn't say no of that first opportunity. Lucho was sick, so he couldn't help. And I was going crazy. Oh my god, it's my first cover. Oh my god, how I'm gonna do? I have no brushes, I have no paint, I'm in vacation, I'm in a hotel. What I'm gonna do? So you say, okay, no worries, you go to the art store, you're gonna make it. I had 1 week to do that painting. It's I would say it's it's a more than A3 painting, so 50 centimeters, pretty big.
Yeah.
And I did that first cover on the hotel wall with with
Wow.
paint. Yeah,
It's
like
splashing the hotel wall.
yeah, basically my first cover was on vacation without art material, and I did this on the wall of the hotel room that I remember so much, and going to the pharmacy for Lucho that was sick.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's such a good story.
Yeah, but that's why I tell you how it all began. It begins it seems like a movie.
That's absolutely amazing. As if like he was ill, and you're like, right, I'm gonna go get some paint tools, and I'm just gonna completely create this masterpiece. Cheers. Makes the rest of us look crap.
No, I was panicking so much, but I tried my best, knowing that I was my first cover, and knowing also that I did my best at this time, let's say.
And do you still have the original of it, Carla, or did that get sold a long time ago?
No. It's actually my first cover. I never put it on sale. Also because there is a lot of memories out of it, and it's framed on the gallery in Florence.
Oh, fantastic.
If you want to see the other half of it, it's on the wall in the hotel.
No, you can't imagine. I was so paranoid. I did like the people who paint the wall, who actually paint the wall, they put something to protect. I had protected everything. Like I was literally like super paranoid on doing some stuff. So
like a forensic crime scene.
Yeah, I'm very.
Was Sabrina the teenage witch a character that you were familiar with when Archie Comics asked you to do this, or did you have to go and Google and find out who they were?
Okay, so that's the whole story of how comics are not in my field. When clients ask me, "Oh, I want a commission of," and I don't know the name of that character. So thank you, Google. Thank you. The blank cover they ship me, and I have to open the blank very slowly with sometimes gloves to not put fingerprints, because I know what's CGC now and everything stuff. So I open and say, "Oh, that's him." Okay, but no, for Sabrina, that was super nice. I was a little more confident doing this as a first cover because. As you see my age, I grew up with Sabrina the Teenage Witch and and her black cat. So I watched the series like from my whole childhood. So I was pretty familiar.
Oh,
I just make it my own way, less a teenager, but more like a nice Sabrina looking, let's say.
Very cool.
Like this being your first comic book, I think we can all agree this is seriously impressive.
Thank you so much.
Now, you said to me, we've been speaking for a couple of weeks, and you said that you're your biggest critic. Now, do you still look back over your work and think, do you look back over this cover now and think, I could have so made that better?
Of course. And I will say that, I did paint this afternoon. I'm having dinner. I'm going back to the studio, and I look at my painting and say, no, I could have done this better. So, yeah, of course, when I see Sabrina, I'm less critical because it's my first cover, and I'm kind of, you're always proud when you get in something. But yeah, I could have done better. But considering also that all artists will tell you this, I guess, is that we have to deal with some tight deadlines. So the deadlines make like a painting, if you see like from the decades, you see a lot of painting at museum that they're unfinished work. Why? Because you leave it on the side, and generally after 3 months you can come again because it's oil painting, and you can always like put layers over layers, and rework on it. We are not able to do this, even with commission, because at one point you need to ship the painting to your client, and with cover because you need to honor the deadline. So and there is a point where you need to say, okay, now stop, otherwise I'm going to be late. But of course, if you tell me, you can have 10 years, like an old master did painting for 10 years, I will never spend 10 years on a painting. But for sure, I can do better if I have more time, because time is getting some experience and you learn every day. So of course, if I have to retouch up Sabrina cover now, I know I'm gonna be better than before, but I'm not gonna do better than tomorrow.
Yeah, that's such a cool way of looking at it, actually.
Yeah, I think everyone would it's pretty simple concept, because it's about time, it's about experience, so they're very linked together. But it's also about, when you're a comic artist, you're not just an artist that wake up in the morning and say, oh, I want to draw a tree today. No. It's, you have some the character specific, she needs to wear this, she has this accessories, and you need to deliver for like a week or 2 weeks. So that's it. But I think it's nice because it's give you challenge, and I love challenge.
And I think that the fact is that, like, so, as you mentioned, Sabrina is quite a big character for like various ages, so growing up. So being given the opportunity to do that must have been pretty daunting, because you went from there to, was it a Kickstarter that you did for Snow White Zombie Apocalypse?
Yep.
So I mean, they're two pretty female strong characters. Like, when you think about it, you've got Sabrina the Teenage Witch and you've got Snow White Zombie Apocalypse. So how did you kind of, I mean, was Lucio, obviously where he's your mentor, was it quite daunting having to work with him on like the standards and stuff, getting into it? Because obviously he's like, he was well established. So for you kind of getting into it, did you find that quite daunting?
I don't know if I get the question like very clearly, but I mean, if Lucio gave me some route to follow in order to make those characters, that's what you mean?
Yeah. So obviously you've got Sabrina the Teenage Witch and you've got Snow White. Was there like a way that Lucio kind of said to you, saying, these are female strong characters, this is my advice how you should kind of portray them?
Of course. So basically, that's actually funny answering this, because basically a Snow White, when I think about Snow White, I have a cover for Snow White. Oh, nice. So I'm gonna do Snow White as I see. If I had to paint Snow White as I see it, you're gonna have a lovely Snow White, like like I used to watch on the Disney and everything. I say, that's Snow White. It's zombie apocalypse. Oh, okay. So. And Lucia told me, yeah, you need to like the characteristic, and you have to adapt yourself about the character, and of course the specifics, because you have standard in comics. Like if you see the old master painting, a woman is always like, she's representing as a woman, so they're not especially beautiful or attracted. In the comics, you always try to idealize a bit.
Yeah,
I would say. So that was a bit challenging, because I was more into the classical painting and I have to go for illustration. So yeah, he gave me lots of advice on how things should be. But at the same time, do it your own way. Like, don't try to make your own way of what the character is. But yeah, he has been very helpful, because sometimes you don't know where to begin, how to move on. But also retailer, because I first worked with a lot of independents. They're very they educate you. I don't know how to say. They say this is how it should be. Also, they send you a lot of reference, so they're very helpful. I'm very I'm very grateful to live in the 21st century, because when you have a question, when you need reference, you always have Google. You have a lot of database. Well, you have no reason to not know something. Like if you want,
Yeah.
you can access to information. Whereas Lucio, he was telling me when it all started, he had to do to all the illustrator books. He had to go to buy the books and study in the books. I have a lot of books because I love them, but also Google once again, and you have reference. You have you can see what other artists did. So it gives you a path, let's say.
Very cool.
Is there any sort of classical artists that you go to when you're looking for sort of reference for some of your paintings?
Of course, and this is what Lucio and I loves the most, is go to a museum and watch the old master paintings such as William Bouguereau, Jean-Léon Gérôme. I mean, there is not thousands, but I would say like hundreds of them that we study every day, like for backgrounds, for anatomy, for everything. They're very classical painting. We go to the base. Then for comics, we follow contemporary artists, of course, but I would say for studying, back to the classical.
The classics.
Classics are always the best.
And they are, and I think obviously with the work that you've done, it's very traditional. But I guess if a comic book cover is in high demand, I guess digital is the way forward. I guess it's just easier to get out higher quantity of stuff that you do. Do you prefer working with digital now as you've moved on to the 21st century, or do you still want to go traditional all the way?
No, that's the whole. That's why me and Lucio are such on the same path. That way is that I'm so traditional. Like if I have to read a book, I will not read it on my iPhone. I mean, everyone does it. I'm not saying you'll not read the book or anything.
You should not read it on your iPhone.
Kindle is not good. No. I'm very traditional attached, because I like painting. I like material. I like doing with my hands. But unfortunately, it doesn't take the same time. The only thing is that when you have an original, you have also a private collectors circle around. That for us is pretty interesting. But to be honest, all my first covers, I didn't know how to use digital. Like, to be honest, I didn't know even how to scan my work. I mean, the Sabrina, I called a photographer in the hotel to take the picture of my painting, and then I asked him to edit to put the right size of the comic book and then send me the file, because I didn't know how to do it. So this is how it all starts, and I continue doing. Most of my work are traditional. The only thing when I do digital, because I learned with time, because you need always to edit, because some editors, you do a painting and then they ask you to correct like 10 things, which is impossible without digital. So I had to renounce on the fact that sometimes you need to do a mixed media. So some of my original are not like exactly as the covers are published, because there is some post-editing stuff, correction, background. For my DC work, for example, they ask for 5 backgrounds. I can't do 5 painting with 5 different backgrounds. So for sure, I know how to use those tools now. But to be honest, not at the point to be like a professional digital artist. I'm the only thing is that some of my covers are fully digital because of deadlines. if I didn't have deadlines, trust me, I would have preferred to do only traditional. Also because it's more interesting. Like between your show and me, I have to tell, like, digital, I can't do anything with a digital file. I'm not gonna, well, with NFT times, we don't know. But you see, I'm not into technology, so I don't know even how it works. So
I guess with a digital picture as well, you don't fully appreciate your work, or you can't get an appreciation for your work, Carla, because you don't see the texture in the painting as well. So I would imagine anybody who does have an original piece of work from you can fully appreciate that compared to maybe like a comic cover.
No, I think both can be appreciable. The only thing is that it's about the process. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't see the difference between a digital artwork I made and an original artwork. So it means that I'm okay doing that. But for me, the process is like from one side to another. The process is. For me, doing traditional is like I enjoy painting. When I'm in front of my computer for hours, if I don't have coffee in front of me, it's complicated because I'm manual.
Yeah.
And I'm Italian because I speak with my hands. And I'm not Italian.
But I think what I was going to say, so obviously your name says it all, Carla Cohen, woman who paints women. Now I think we can all agree that you paint sexy women. That's kind of what you're known for. You kind of paint sexy women.
I didn't want to write sexy because on Instagram they banned me for a reason or another. So maybe StreamYard is gonna throw me from the show because I wrote sexy.
We'll say it quietly.
We'll say it quietly.
Well,
I've not been booted from the show yet.
Yeah, woman who paints women, because, well, it's not a choice actually. It's people who ask me that since the beginning. For commission, nobody asked me a man. I think because I start with my very beginning with portraits. I always liked more drawing women's, and I think when you're more good at something, you're more requested for what you're good at. So that's why I'm painting mostly women, and of course I'm not drawing daily women you find on the street. I wish sometimes, but no, I'm painting mostly women that say, "Oh wow, I'm not looking like that," but I wish.
You touched on Instagram taking down your picture. Now there's so much worse stuff on Instagram. So was you kind of shocked when you got the message from Instagram saying you've gone against our rules, you've got to take this picture down?
Of course, because for us, I mean, for me, Instagram is not like it's a professional tool. It's where I get my visibility, and I'm publishing art. I'm not publishing boobs or, I mean, but it seems that Instagram, there is not actual human behind their screen. They have robot, they have bots, and they have how do you say algorithm. I don't know, something technological that's it's too hard for me to handle. And it's pretty frustrating. I would say it makes me angry because there is always worse. But I would say it's frustrating because you're putting effort and time. You're producing art. You create an image, and you're not allowed to publish your image. So, yeah, but you always find a way. Like, you have to be sneaky.
Yeah. Well, it is true, and obviously we've said that you've painted like sexy women, and it's kind of what you do. But the majority of your work has been done for Dynamite, and I think we've got like Red Sonja, we've got Dear Becky, The Boys, Vampirella, and stuff. Yeah. This cover is strong woman, if I can say that.
Strong woman.
It's a great cover, and
Is that the PG version of what you actually wanted to say?
I don't know if she's strong. I didn't make the image like Vampirella. I mean, with Sonia, yeah, she has to be strong, but Vampirella, I don't know. I think we can all say that she's hot.
yeah,
Definitely.
and I think
Am I gonna be thrown from StreamYard telling that?
Yeah.
I'm actually I'm wondering if YouTube has an algorithm and it's checking all the slides.
Well, yeah, I love doing covers for Dynamite. It's a lovely collaboration. They give you a lot of freedom to create your image. I did a lot of covers from Vampirella, exclusive mostly. Then the Red Sonja, the whole series from 1 to 10 with Dynamite that's still on release. Barbarella, I did a lot recently. It's not finished yet. But yeah, they give the full freedom to artists, and I think it's a very good strategy. I can't say the opposite, because when you give freedom, you don't like close the door to an artist. I would say the process is more enjoyable, so you put more effort, you put more you're pushed to put more details. You don't have how to say, you don't feel like closing a little box and I have
you
to
have creative freedom sort of thing.
Yeah.
You have creative
Yeah.
freedom.
So it's very enjoyable. And then Vampirella, it's one of my favorite characters since the beginning, because I'm not very into the comic costume, because in terms of painting, some colors harmony in the comics are pretty difficult. But Vampirella, she's mostly not wearing anything. It's very enjoying, because you do flesh tones, and this is what I love the most, is painting the human body as
I
it
can
is.
imagine the brief is literally like, draw Vampirella as sexy as possible, have all the freedom you need, lots of flesh.
Yeah, it's actually this Vampirella was a Chicago exclusive from my friends Sean McLuhan and Scorpions Comics, and this cover, he literally told me, I want a Vampirella as sexy as you can, flesh as much as you want. So yeah, that was totally on my chord, let's say. I really enjoyed that one. Whereas some other, when they have too much costume, or you have to paint a character that has a purple, green, yellow, and jumping in the air with the blue sky. In terms of color, in terms of how to say, chroma, when you paint, it's not. It's too into comics. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's Spider-Man off the list.
Yeah, I mean, a Spider-Man, I'm not like, not so much for painting. Although this is where I admire Lucho. He can do a Vampirella, he can do a Spider-Man, he can do a Hulk. He's multitasking. I'm more into my comfort zone, because when it's about painting, I'm very demanding on colors and have the atmosphere and very classic attached. So yeah, you always have your preference. Also Lucho, if you ask him a Vampirella and Spider-Man, he will answer Vampirella too. But he can do Spider-Man. I don't know.
I mean, how long would something like that take you?
This one, that was kind of sort of my beginnings, I would say. So I think I did 2 weeks, but 2 full weeks of painting.
Wow, nice.
Also because I studied a lot the figure. Hands are very hard to draw, very hard to paint. I remember back in my very beginning, I had to draw 100 hands of Lucho in all positions to learn anatomy, and
Right.
still now I should still study hands, because hands are very, very hard to render.
And was this a piece that you were happy with after 2 weeks, or was there things that you thought, oh, you know, I could have done something different?
No, this one I think in terms of lights and shadows, I'm pretty satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm critical, but I have to tell, like, this one is kind of a work that I appreciate more than the average.
Nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
We've
I
got
think
a
you'd have had sausages for fingers.
one of the questions from the chat, Carla, is how many issues of Invincible Red Sonja are you doing the incentive covers for? As you are costing me a fortune.
I'm so sorry. Well, Invincible Red Sonja, I think it's going till 10.
Wow.
Also, Barbarella is going till 10, and some new things coming up, but I can't say so much. So I'm sorry, but about your wallet, you have to put it a bit on the side, because
An extra job.
some cool things are coming out in the next month. So
you better start saving, Comic Room, and that's what we're saying. Start saving. Start saving.
Yeah. Make room on your shelf for my stuff if you want to collect them.
But while we're talking about Barbarella, so Gorvidal said, beautiful artwork, Miss Cohen. Your Barbarella covers are fantastic. What is your opinion about criticism some male artists get for portraying women through the male gaze? Is there such a thing?
English, please. No, sorry, it's my English. I don't get the. Can you reformulate the question for me?
So I think what Gore Vidal's trying to say is that when a male paints a female image, they kind of they receive criticism for doing it as the man would see or expect a woman to be. Do you think there is that kind of sexist portrayal of a man drawing a woman?
Okay, I got the question. So it's how to say. It's something we can talk about a full night, I think. Also because with the what happening in this century with the Me Too and feminism and everything, I think we have to let comics a bit away from all that thing, because I believe I'm a strong defender of the rights for women, equality and everything, but I think how to say, comics are you have to see also the part of the market, like who's buying comics. If only children who if comics were only by children, you wouldn't do that image, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think comics is more. There is a lot of women into the comic field, though, but I think it's a field where people wants to dream, wants to escape, wants to. There is idealizing, but also we don't need to get the example of Vampirella, who's sexy and hot as you want. You can get Spider-Man. Give me a man that is jumping on the wall and flying and with the thing there. It's not reality. So you're detached of reality, and I think it's the concept. It's the concept of superhero. So as their own way, Wonder Woman has some powers, Batman has some other. Vampirella, she doesn't have the lot of superhero power, but she has this specific this. I think it's a bit tiring to always like reprove, justifying. I think it's a historical character, because like a lot of awesome artists draw Vampirella for years and years now. She always have been a woman very idealizing. There always have been some actress that people are starving at. I think women are idealized, but it's fine. I don't see the problem. Like I'm with someone and I love him this, and he's drawing big boobs all the day. It doesn't. It doesn't mean that I have to. He has to. He's looking to share his life with someone that looks like what he draw.
Yeah.
It means that I don't know, he has a fantasy, he has imagination. He's based on the actual feminine real model, but then you amplify, you reduce. It depends on the comic field. If I tell the editor, okay, I'm going to draw you a vampirella, but on my position seated right now, no woman seated has no little belly, it's impossible.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you can't always do reality. You have also to make a little dream and a little superficial. This is what comics is also about why cosplay do cosplay, because they want to be somebody else for one day or 2 days. So for me, it's not a problem. I encourage people creativity, and if they want to do big boobs, they can. For me, it's not about feminism. It's more about it's not about the subject. It's about the people minds. You can like a sexy woman, hot woman, naked, anything, but on your mind, you need also to say, okay, that's. I need to appreciate what reality gives me. Otherwise, you're gonna be sad all your life.
This is it. Look, even the chat are
Great
agreeing
answer,
with you,
yeah.
Carla. Even the chat are agreeing with you, saying Carla's speaking facts. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Got some points.
I feel like we need a mic drop, like a microphone to drop.
Yeah, we can just drop it off. For me, your Dear Becky, the boys cover of the one that we're showing here now, this really blew me away because I think it tied in. I think you did this in 2020. So it kind of tied in with like the release of the TV show and stuff like that. This is awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was pretty challenging because I didn't had so much time to do them. Also, all my friends say, "Have you watched The Boys?" No, I don't watch TV series, and I was stupid because that request arrives, and then actually after I did those two covers, I say, "Okay, I'm gonna see who's Becky," So I watched the TV series, and I watched it in 3 days. No work for 3 days because I was watching my TV series from one episode to another.
Yeah.
And then I regret doing those covers because I say, oh, damn, if I watched that show, I would have some more ideas. So you always have to be informed, always have to be on page because otherwise, you may regret some of your choice, artistic choice. But yeah, I did my best on that cover. Of course, the original art of the Dear Becky is partial traditional, partial digital, especially because putting some light, as long as I can put amount of white paint, you never gonna have that effect with traditional.
Yeah.
I mean, because obviously that Starlight, she's like one of the main characters in it, but you've also done Homelander as well, which is looking quite evil here as well. Like, was that a tall task to kind of get that right? Because Homelander is a bit of a bastard, to be fair.
Yeah, actually, that was the request of the retailer. Actually, I did the first version that hasn't been approved, but he had some hair like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like he looked literally like a psychotic person, not Homelander. So I've not been approved for that one. But the indication to create that cover was pretty clear. Like we want that power in his eyes, a very cynic and bad person. Because at first I didn't know Homelander. I did a normal guy, blonde, like a Brad Pitt version of Homelander. But it didn't work because he's supposed to be a bad boy, and I didn't get that at first sight. So I sketched something totally different. But you always find a great compromise to create the cover at the end. So
That's definitely a cover of Nightmares. I think if you saw that before you went to bed, you'd be thinking about it terribly.
100%. So we've got another question from the chat. This is quite a good one. Who would you like to play Vampirella in a Vampirella movie?
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, she doesn't watch films.
Okay. Nice that there is a Vampirella movie. I don't know. I wouldn't play Vampirella, to be honest. I don't like. To be honest, I said no to a couple of covers that were too bloody for me. I mean, I don't like bad character, to be honest. Like sometime I have to ask some when I'm looking for a school reference or so, and you have to put on Google like a school or dead people. I always ask Lucho to do it because on Google then you see like horror thing, and I can't handle. So I'm not into horror stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I better do like Disney stuff that are nice. And
has there been any commissions that you've been asked for that you've had to decline and say no, I'm not doing that, just for personal reasons, or you just didn't want to do what they were asking?
Yeah, there has been what's his name? The guy, the school with the flame, Ghost
Rider.
Yeah. Ghost Rider. It's not that I can't do it, skill talking, but I don't see my style on those type of thing, like put the flame and just thing with just all that stuff and chains and everything. It's not my cup of tea, let's say.
Sure.
But I would do it if you asked me to do it. I would do it.
The bits.
Okay, don't laugh about me. It's it's like something that you're not totally into.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to talk about it. And for me, it's the same feeling. But I try to be like not so ignorant. Otherwise, when you put that question, like what you do, Vampirella in the Vampirella movie, nothing.
Not at all. Another question. Will you have an art book coming out soon?
Oh, yeah, I'm working on it. It's just like my own criticisms makes me feel like, I don't know, this one, does it deserve to be on the front page? Maybe I'm going to do a better cover soon, so let's wait. So that's why I'm not having it already. I'm doing a few portfolios. I'm trying to, because I've seen fans requested beside commissions, because you need to have an amount of money beside getting an oil painting commission. I'm trying to do some projects on the average people can afford, which include prints and portfolios. So yeah, an art book is on schedule. I'm trying. It's like the show. It's maybe in the future.
Sign us up for a copy.
Yeah, definitely. I'll take a copy.
Thank you.
So I think we can agree that you and Lucho are a power couple. Like, you're a power couple of comics. You're both amazing at what you do. Has there been an opportunity to rise, or there's something on the horizon where you two are going to collaborate?
Yeah, we have been asked for a few projects, although it's complicated because we tried to do 4 hands cover. We did some the cover where they connected.
Oh yeah, the connecting.
I got you. Connecting covers.
Yeah. We did that once or twice, but it's hard to coordinate his schedule and my schedule for the same deadline. So we're a bit into that. About traditional art, it's actually, we can do it, but you wouldn't see a lot the difference, I guess.
Has there been any pieces of artwork where you've actually collaborated on the same piece? So maybe you start it, Lucio finishes it, or vice versa?
Yeah, but it's a top secret.
Oh, okay.
No, no. He one of my a big commission. I had a very large commission. He collaborated, but secretly, to
Okay.
resolve such a problem I had with the costume and the anatomy mistake I did, and so yeah, we give each one a hand. Also, me, I'm very critical with his stuff, so sometimes I pass by the easel and say, this lines, more shadows.
You might want to do this. You might want to touch that up a bit. Things like that.
Yeah, no, we're helping each other because it's not about experience, because of course he has much more experience than me, but it's about the eye. When you're in front of an image for so long, your eyes is kind of used to see the same image. When someone new, but in the art field, not like the one who, can you watch my stuff and tell me what you think? No, so when I pass by, you say, and so I say, yeah, I didn't saw it. So we're it's not about like collaboration, but we collaborate every day actually, because we give each other advices. He gives me more correction than I do, obviously. But
a different perspective. You give each other a different perspective. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome teamwork, guys. Awesome teamwork.
Yeah, we do our little way together.
When everything's kind of up and running and like the world's finally back to normal, would you both think about coming to like a UK Comic-Con?
Of course, I wish. UK is much more doable than US. Like I'm talking for now. Also because I'm French and I used to live in Paris, so I'm frequently travel to Paris, and there is the Eurostar that can bring us to London. So yeah, why not? I love UK. This is where I learned my English I went for 1 year. My parents sent me. They say me goodbye. Go speak English in the family. So
get out.
So yeah, we would love to be part. We're represented by Scott's Collectibles.
Yeah.
So yeah, if we can organize this, we will. For now, we are kind of like say what's happening, and then we decide, because we made a lot of plans in 2 years, and no one of them has been able to be realized. So when we try to say, now slow down, continue work, continue life, and see what's happening.
No, definitely. There is a great Comic-Con. It's called Thought Bubble. It's in November, and that's where us three first met last year. So we'd been doing this show for 1.5 years, 2 years, and we'd never actually met. So we didn't even know what we looked like on the bottom half. We could have just been like metal legs and whatever. But we kind of met for the first time last year at Thought Bubble, and that was a great Comic-Con. It's a really intimate Comic-Con where you can sit there and you can kind of do what we're doing now, have a conversation with the artist and writer and stuff like that. So if you do have the opportunity to come to that would be amazing.
Definitely, yeah. If we can do it, like, to be honest, we're not saying no to any travel, like, so of course, like before there was, do you prefer to go to London Comic Con or to Orlando Comic Con, and you had to drop something. Now it's like, whoever accepts me, I will go.
Yeah. And I think the guys at Scott's Collectibles were at Thought Bubble as well, so I'm sure they can help you get there.
We will see depends, because like each country has their own restriction now. In Italy, it's pretty severe right now. In France, still since tonight also. So we'll see.
We'll line up the shots at the bar for you.
So we've spoken about Dynamite. We've spoken about Sabrina the Teenage Witch. I guess one of the big things you kind of did was obviously this lady here, Miracle Molly. So this was your first cover for DC? Am I correct?
Yeah. I thank so much my friends from Comics Elites. They're good friends of mine. We came over their shop, especially in Indianapolis. It was damn cold, but it was so cool. And yeah, they get me my first title of DC Comics with that amazing character that I had some pretty fear to do because of the colors. I told you, when I saw a woman with a green half of hair green, and then all the costume like super colorful, I say, okay, what I'm gonna do. And actually I did a pretty nice original painting, and the retailer owns the original art. But yeah, I really enjoyed the process of doing my first DC cover.
See, we were pretty lucky because obviously we managed to get these covers here, and that's all thanks to Tom above me, who is our go-to guy. He owns the comic shop and stuff. So he was lucky enough to get these 3 variant covers. And I've got to say, it's a sublime cover, Carla. This is it's one way to make a statement and introduce a character, but I mean, it must have been a big thing, like being approached by DC and being like, yeah, here's the project scope. We want a mechanical, robotic kind of villain hero with a luminous green hair. What was going through your head when you was told about to do Miracle Molly?
It was pretty challenging because also I told you have a lot of reference that you can look at, but that was a new character, and there's nobody that render that character realistically, like as an actual like with the realism. So I had to appropriate the character really for the first time with that one. And yeah, that was pretty challenging, but I didn't saw it as you have to build a robot. I first I wanted to work a lot on the expression, and then I add the specifics of the character, which I think I did the right choice, because otherwise I would be frustrated by the I would have focused on more details first. Unless I wanted to see general and then add some stuff.
I think this is one of my favorite covers that DC have done for a while. I mean, for me, I love the black cover the best. And I think it's because you get to like really focus on the eyes. The eyes really catch you with this cover. The black one is by 100% my favorite one. I've sent mine off to CGC with Scott's to get it done. I'm really excited to get that one back. It's definitely one of my favorite covers.
Well, thank you.
It was actually an honor to have it in the shop when I spoke, because I spoke to Comics Elite about having this, and they're like, we've got a few copies if you want them. So I'm really glad that we ended up with this one.
That's cool. Well, I got some few copies too, because the nice thing with DC, they send you artist comps, and actually I was super happy because DC, they print very. It's also frustrating. That's the point we could talk about. When you create an image for that a certain amount of time, and then you see it printed small and sometimes not as good as the original, it's pretty frustrating. But I must tell that with DC, I've been like blown on their quality of printing, and it's as the original.
It's quality.
I think as well as when anybody thinks of Miracle Molly, I think this is the version of Miracle Molly that everybody thinks about, because as you said, Carla, there's lots of other examples of Miracle Molly, but I think this is the go-to version. So
well, I love the Art Germ version too, I must tell.
That is fantastic. Yeah. I think for me, the backgrounds definitely make this pop particularly well, specifically that green hair. You mentioned that hands are quite difficult to draw, but whenever you've got to draw hair or paint hair, is that challenging as well?
Yeah, it's not challenging. It's a pain.
A pain.
It's very long. It's very long. It's it's a lot of work.
I'm only asking because I don't have any, so I'd be easy to draw.
I knew he was going to get it in somewhere. I'm bold. Look at me, I'm bold.
Well, someone asked me to a commission where I have to be like, it's my portrait, but as Spider-Gwen.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Cool.
So I'm doing my own portrait as Spider-Gwen. It's very challenging because when you paint yourself, it's like terrible. But also about the hair, because my hair are messy. My hair, you don't know the real color of them. So it's going to be like very challenging to do the hair.
Speaking of Spider-Gwens, the one you've done of Emma Stone is stunning, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you so
I
much.
pinched it and used it for one of my Instagram posts, but it's absolutely stunning. I love that one.
Well, actually, the client that asked me myself is like the client saw the Emma Stone as Spider-Gwen, and so he told me, "Can you do Spider-Gwen but with Carla Cohen?" I said, "What? I'm not Emma Stone. I'm not anyone of those. You want me to be hanged on your wall or what?" But yeah, no, it's challenging. Like a self-portrait, it's always like I'm learning. I'm learning from that private commission, so it's nice.
And what we are going to be doing, Tom has mentioned that for everyone in the chat, one of these covers will be given as a giveaway in next week. So one of these fantastic Carla Cohen, Miracle Molly, Batman 108 will be for a giveaway next week. So what we'll do, we'll go over that at the end of the show and we'll let you know how to rent them and stuff like that. So moving on from this, you've then started to do more for DC.
Wow.
Which has kind of incredible.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I'm super happy I did all those covers. I don't even believe it's published by DC. Actually, I wouldn't have believed I would have worked for DC like that soon.
That's cool.
But they're all, and I've been very lucky. I've been all requested for characters I really love. Catwoman is one of my best favorite character. Actually, I'm working on a private commission, and I'm doing a black cat right now.
That's cool.
Oh wow!
It's actually it's a gold leaf background, and I'm experimenting.
That's really cool.
Can I just take you into the solo just so we can see that closer? Wow.
I'm putting gold leaf, so there's gonna be special edition. It's very like it's in progress. It's 40% process here.
That's in progress. That looks almost. I mean, if that was me, it'd be finished.
No, it's
That's
not.
insane.
But yeah, Catwoman is one of my favorite character ever. Harley Quinn, of course, and I loved also doing the black and white Wonder Woman special edition because I never did something monochromatic. And it was pretty challenging for Wonder Girl.
Wonder Girl, yeah.
It was also challenging because of the background. I'm not used of doing some atmosphere like scenical background. Also with all her costume, not very familiar with it. But I'm happy. I've been doing those covers for DC.
It's great. I mean, because obviously you spoke about Dynamite and like Scorpion Comics giving you like kind of the openness and the freedom of you to do what you want. Is it more or less restricted with DC, or do they still kind of just say, do what you want?
No. You have some specific request. So when it's about exclusive, you have the retailer request and you have the editor request. So you have to find a great compromise, because maybe the retailer wants something like that's going to be super censored by the editor. And so you have to satisfy you have to satisfy someone that's going to publish the cover and has to do great sales. But you have also to respect the editor, chart of specifics and character request stuff. So it's less freedom, but at the end of the day, I must tell, like, all of my covers, I've been approved pretty quick. I didn't had some post edition so much. I'm trying to get on the right way, like as the at the sketch stage already.
Because it must just be like you're doing such fantastic stuff, and you're still doing loads of Dynamite and stuff. The Harley Quinn, I think, is the Bang Kiss from the animation thing. The black and white one you did of that was amazing. Now that was also a monochrome one as well. Did you find that quite challenging?
The Harley Quinn, the black and white version?
Yeah.
No, to be honest, this one is edition. So I did the Harley Quinn color, and then you desaturate, and it becomes black and white.
Okay.
The secrets, no.
whereas for Wonder Woman, it has been built black and white already.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And just another just question from the chat. Panels in the Half Pint has said, how long does it typically take on average to complete a cover?
I would say, to be honest, I'm not taking more than, okay, we'll have to get the charger. I'm not taking more than 4 covers a month. Some artists can handle 8 or 10. I can't. So I would say a week. I consider each time a week for a cover.
Plus the millions of years of practice.
No, if it's a paint, like if I have to do a large painting because there is like some more, like for, I don't know, if there is 2 characters or scenical requests around, I probably have to do bigger paintings. So I may consider like more 10 days than a week. Just a second, I take the charger.
Okay, no worries.
Otherwise, we're gonna
talk amongst yourselves. Put the elevator music on.
But yeah, so Tom, while we've just got this free time, do you just want to elaborate on how we're going to work with the giveaway?
Yes. So both the Carla Cohen 108 Batman covers and the Wonder Girl covers are available on notquitemint.com. But if you would like to win one of these bad boys that Charlie's showing you, but I think what we're going to do is give away the red cover one because it's a little bit rarer. So if you do want to get your hands on it, stay to the end of the show because we'll tell you exactly how to do it. But it involves hashtag Carla Cohen.
It's going to be interesting. Guys, you've put in some fantastic questions as well. I know Matt Brown from Mystery Nights and Frank has got a good question. So when Carla's up and running, we will get that question in the chat. But it's really insightful to see how this stuff is done, especially a traditional artist as well. It's
100%. When Carla comes back, I'm going to ask her about the oil on the painting just to find out what that process is about. Because
I was thinking about asking that question, then I forgot how to put that without saying, how do you oil up
your picture? Yeah.
No fighting,
honest, guys. I'm a little bit annoyed I'm not the prettiest on the screen anymore.
But yeah, we're going to do the hashtag Carla Cohen, and we will let you know at the end of the show how to do that. So, but yeah,
I think Tom has put Carla's Instagram link up. Tom, I don't know if you've got that. You can put it up again.
Yeah, I will. No problem.
If everybody can make sure that they go and give Carla a follow on Instagram.
Yeah, 100%. Totally worth it. Some great stuff over there. And you can look at some stuff that Carla's done in the past where she's not been doing them as covers and some of the commissions and things. I mean, the Spider-Gwen and the Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy is absolutely amazing. Really cool stuff.
Okay, I'm back. Just a second. I had some issues with the...
I'm back.
Wait, how do I put...
Technical issues.
Wait.
There we go.
Hey.
Wait.
Wait.
We scared her that much. She's gone again.
I have that effect on people.
Sorry, I just had a problem with I had
Carla, do you know what? This is fine. Like something like this happens every week. It's either my internet plays up or my camera doesn't work. So it's fine. And we're live as well. So live happens. It's fine. I've got a great question from Matt from Mystery Nights. Now he has asked, he's a keen drawer himself. And he said, what part of the anatomy should he practice most to improve?
I would say it's general, because you need to first know the structure of the human body. So I would say skeleton, then you have to do the muscles and then put the skins over. So, but I would say the most challenging for me would be the hands, I think. I've been taking more experience with the portraits, so now portraits are more easy for me. But I would say, yeah, like foot, hands, and shaping the muscles. Like if you have to do like a Venom or Hulk, it's based on the human anatomy, but very, very exaggerated. So you need to know a lot the muscles.
So become a personal trainer as well.
Yeah, well, actually, a lot of artists. If I can mention Boris Vallejo or Riccardo Federici, they're both like they were like and one was bodybuilder and the other one was like personal trainer. So they have a lot of experience with the anatomy, with the human body. Wait.
Matt, I hope that answers your question. Thank you for such a great answer. So we're going to kind of get on to like the Instagram type of thing now. So obviously Instagram has been really big for you. Like it's really good to see you like uploading your stuff, and you've been able to see like your career grow and everything. But what I've noticed what you do is you share a lot on your stories instead of on your page. Is that a thing that you like to do, or?
No, it's I should put much more effort on my social, like the major, like all the people around the world. Actually, I'm not so much when I'm trying to promote my new release, but I put on stories because it's now, so it's live. So I put on stories, but then I forgot to put on my feed. And so people are missing a lot of my covers, and then they complain, and they have the right to complain. But yeah, I'm planning to be more more organized on my social content.
But what I like is that when you do your stories, you're just showing a quick snippet of what you're like working on, which kind of gets the viewers excited, because if you just post an image of what you've got coming up on your page, it's there for people to see. Whereas if you just post it on your stories like you do, you see it for a day and then it's gone, and then you're kind of like, I want to see that again. I want to buy it. I want to find what's coming. So
I'm trying to do some more videos. I was doing during the quarantine. I was doing some more live when I'm painting, but I was not painting so great because I was listening question and answering, and I'm not super multitasking. So, but yeah, I'm trying to do some reels. So I'm showing like the work in progress. I'm more into that kind of thing when I have time. But I'm trying to do sneak peeks and give the will to people to a little more engagement to see what's my new release and everything. But for sure, I could put more effort on the how to do my social stuff.
There's a couple of videos that you've put up where you show part of the process. And I know that Tom wanted to ask this question as well, but
I just know how to put it.
you pour some oil. I'm assuming it's oil over your painting. Can you explain that process and what that's about?
Okay, this is not oil.
Oh, right, okay.
No. Well, Lucho is putting some more oil, and especially where the point of interest is. And
okay, gotcha.
Okay.
I do not agree about that, but it's not oil, it's varnish. So before shipping our painting, before yeah, I mean, when you're done with the painting, you always varnish. It's not like mandatory, but it saturates a bit more the color. It gives a shiny or or matte or whatever, but it protects from the dust, from anything. Like you can swipe up after, and it doesn't damage the paint.
Okay.
Only the dust is going away. So yeah, it's a varnish, and it's kind of nice to make a video while you varnish, because you see the reflects, you see the difference where it's all matte, and you see the color popping up.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting. It was fantastic.
But no, it's not oil. It's not oil body oil.
I'm not gonna be able to look at Lucio doing it on Instagram again the same now. I'm gonna just now
And believe me, when Lucio does it, it's me that takes the video. So imagine my expression.
You're like,
Why
oh,
you
not
put it
again.
here?
Love it.
So while we're talking about like Instagram and oils and whatever,
It's varnish, Charlie.
Varnish, Charlie.
should we talk about glitter? Because I know you're kind of experimenting with glitter now, and you've done some great stuff. Now, how did that kind of come about?
So a lot of people ask me for private commission and on blank cover. Also because not a lot of artists are all painting on blank cover, which is kind of very challenging because it's not your support, your material. It's a blank cover, so it's not as thick as the canvas or as your favorite paper. You have to adapt your painting to the support, to the material. And I want to so I show you, especially during the show, something I'm working on, a new series after the glitter. There is now the gold leaf.
The gold leaf.
That's so cool. Such a cool idea. I don't know how anyone's never done it before. It's so
So
cool.
wait, I have this.
How on earth did I miss that Chun-Li cover? That's incredible.
I have those gold leaf stuff, and I'm applying them very slowly and carefully. And I'm building those backgrounds. So with glitters or with gold leaf, I will have a next edition with some, Swarovski's crystals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, I'm working on like several mini series of commission, limited to 10, because now I'm getting. I've been doing a lot of commission, and I'm trying to guarantee the clients that got a commission, they still have something exclusive. So that's why to not like produce, I'm trying to diversify them. So each one has a specific limited edition. So after the glitter ones, the gold leaf, and then who's next, don't know, but something also for me it's changing. I like to do some different stuff. So
are you allowed to say what character it's going to be that you're going to use the crystals on, or is that top secret?
Super top secret.
I thought so.
Not just top secret, Andy. Super top secret.
And I'm not telling where I'm going to put them.
Okay.
Oh, the imagination.
Yeah.
So obviously, I think am I right in assuming that the Joker commission that you did was the glitter one?
The glitter one on what you put here. Yeah, only the Joker one, but I did also a punchline, which is who's the green one with the black sticker on her nipples. Come on, brainstorm.
Chat, help us out here, quick.
The green one with the black stickers.
She's green. She's a zombie Trump. You see, I'm better than
yeah.
Zombie. Yeah.
I did a zombie Trump glitter. I did the Spider Gwen. I did a Venom. I did a limited to 10, and that's it.
I mean, how did it come apart about like doing a glitter? Was you just like in an art store one day and thought, I'm just going to pick up some glitter and go for it?
Not really, because when I'm going to an art store, it's always like I have something in mind. Otherwise, Otherwise, no. No, I wanted. It began. The whole thing was realizing that I did a lot of blank cover commission. I don't want to how say saturate my own market and have 10 spider-gwen like because it's such a small surface, so I can do 10 different spider-gwen, but still it's going to be 10 spider-gwen on the blank cover. Whereas if you have a spider-gwen with like a glitter background, a simple background, gold leaf, I don't know which idea I'm gonna come up with, but I think it diversifies and it gives everyone who owns an original art something special.
That's such a cool idea, to be fair.
So I think, also because I told you it's not something about $100 commission. So I want to guarantee my collectors that they're gonna have something that at least will have the same value as they bought it, but better if it gains some value with time. So I'm trying to give them the opportunity to say, hey, I have that original, but mine has a glitter background. Oh, really? Okay, that's nice because it's different from another. So like this, I'm trying to do more quality over quantity.
Do you have any commission spots available? Like if there's anybody in the chat or anybody that's going to be watching on the rewind, do they just go through Scott's Collectibles?
No. I'm handling my own commission. But for 2022, I must tell that I have like maximum three spots available.
Okay.
So yeah, they're gone pretty fast. Also because this year I'm. I told you less blank cover, but more large painting, just to not saturate and not doing one blank cover a day. Otherwise, I would produce like 400 blank cover a year, which is not nice for the ones who collect them. So yeah, I'm doing like a large painting this year, which I'm very excited about. But yeah, I'm always up for commission. Sometimes there's long wait, sometimes less. So yeah, people contact me on Instagram. Even if I put only my content on stories and not on my feed, I'm very reactive and I'm answering every single message on Instagram and on Messenger.
Cool. That's
Andy,
perfect.
you've got to get your request in to get Carla to do us three now.
Yeah, I need to start saving up.
So we've got Leon Russell has said that the covers that you do are gorgeous, Carla. I find myself buying comics that I have no interest in reading just because of your artwork.
Thank you so much. That's my case too. I'm not reading the books inside.
A lot of us do that. A lot of us do that, Carla. A lot of us buy just the cover art and then don't read the content.
No, also because when I was new in the comic field, when I was at the show and someone bring me his books to sign and I open it with my dirty finger, he looked at me like he wanted to bite me. I said, what?
He probably did.
And he told me, what you do? I say, I just want to look what's the interior looks like. No, like artists are working in the interior. It's nice to see. Oh, no, but this is supposed to go to CGC. CG what? CGC. Okay. You're supposed to wear gloves because otherwise they're going to give me back points. I say points, okay. Then I ask someone very familiar to all this. Say, okay, when someone brings his book, just sign. Don't put don't put anything. Don't even look at the book. Just sign, okay. So basically, I'm now when I receive the blank cover, I'm not opening them. I'm very I'm trying to respect the book as much as I can, unless it's not easy when you have to paint on it. But yeah, so when I discovered the whole world of the grading and the book has to be on perfect condition and everything, it gives me like warm.
Panic.
Yeah. So no, I'm not opening them anymore.
We've got
I
comics
feel
and
like
pops. Sorry, Tom. We've got Comics
I
and
was
Pops.
gonna
Said,
say,
3 spots left. He's definitely going to hit you up on Instagram.
My pleasure. Anytime.
Great stuff. Sorry, Tom. Go on, sir.
That's all right. I was going to say, if Carla comes to Thought Bubble, I feel like we should hand her a book and let her do the whole jock thing and roll it up and stick it in her back pocket.
Yeah.
That would be
Give everybody anxiety.
And then we've got Simple Simon, who's just joined us, saying, "I never miss Carla's Invincible Red Sonja covers."
Oh, yeah. I want to do a special note to all the people that collect every single of my covers. I really appreciate. I don't know them personally. I can't meet them right now, but I hope at a con one day I can. I can see who likes my work and meet people, and I'm very grateful to have people buy my stuff. It's super. It's an artist satisfaction to have satisfaction from people, and yeah.
Well, it's great. I mean, we've got Real Rude 6 that says, "That's amazing." He didn't even know that you'd done a Punchline cover. He said he'd love to see that. So is that on your Instagram or?
It's on my Instagram feed.
There we go.
It is.
It's on the Instagram feed. There we go.
Yeah.
So obviously you're a cover book artist, you're a traditional artist and stuff. Would you ever make the transition from doing cover to interior?
Okay. So for me, it's a matter of I would say respect, because I believe interior artists has studied a lot, like a lot, because it's very different. Doing interior, you need some narrative experience. You need to translate what writing to an image, which is something that is totally different than a cover where you have to do it's not a story on the cover. You have to represent the character that is going to be the story in the interior, but it's not like narrative part. So for me, I think I'm not qualified to do interior, because you have some composition study specific to interior. You have some specific graphic requests for interior. And I think it's not on me. Now, if you ask me, would you like to do interior? I think no, because if I have some spare time, I would love to do classical painting, like big 800th century style composition with like 100 people flying. And so that's not my stuff, but I admire the interior comic artists. They have to produce so much. Some of them are like very good. So yeah, I would say it's better to be very good at one thing than doing like 10 things but being like 20%. So I'm happy to be cover artist, and I hope to study more to improve myself and to become a real cover artist that and to do my own to have my my own place in the cover artist in the comic field. Whereas not being able to do like a bit of this, a bit of this, a bit of that, but not improving in something specific.
Yeah. And Simple Simon has said, is Carla going to do another Sheena cover?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. We're kind of coming to the end. We've bored you now for an hour and a half, and I know you've and it's 11:30 over in Italy now.
Yeah.
So I guess
that's fine. That was very fun, and I'm very pleased to answer your questions, and that was very, very cool.
Honestly, it has been great. But I mean, have you got any exciting news or updates that you can kind of share with us as a live exclusive for us here and everyone in the chat that you're allowed to?
Something very cool is coming. Make sure you're on. You follow 616 Comics.
Okay.
Oh yes, 616 are amazing. I've worked with them as well.
Okay, make sure you follow them, and you're gonna be for sure pleased to see what they're gonna release in.
But
not only one thing. Probably like 2 or 3, 4 projects.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Cool.
That's how you end the
2 or
show.
3.
What an absolutely amazing way to end the show. Andy, we're going to go back to this now because obviously we mentioned earlier that we're going to give away one of these, or Tom's going to give away. Where'd you gone?
Oh,
Oh.
maybe our battery's died.
Oh, maybe her battery's down. But
So
you mentioned earlier that one of these comics was going to be given away. Andy, how are we going to do this, sir? For everyone in the chat.
Yeah, so I think what we should do is for everybody in the chat, everybody that is. So are we giving it away now? We're going to give it away next week, yeah? Give it away next week.
So we're going to
we'll give it away next week.
Give it away next week. So it gives anyone that's watching the show on the rewind a chance to enter.
Okay, cool. So for anybody that's in the chat and anybody that's watching on the rewind, if you guys just want to make sure that you like this video, that you're subscribed to the channel, and also leave a comment on this rewind video, and just hashtag it Carla Cohen. And on next week's show, at the end of next week's show, we'll get all the hashtag Carla Cohens that is on the comments, and we'll pick a winner, and we'll send the book out.
We'll do the wheel of misfortune, and we'll get it up live on the stream, and find out about that. I've just messaged Carla to see if she's okay. I think she was having trouble with her phone and stuff, and it apparently died. So I hope she's okay. But I think on that, we'll give it maybe 30 seconds or something. But we'll probably.
She'll be frantically saying, "Lucio, can I borrow your phone? Give me your phone, Lucio, quick."
Either that, or she's like, "My phone died." See ya.
Yeah, I'm off. But no, I mean, how fantastic has it been to have Carla on? I mean, what a great start to 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's fair to say, guys, that we have a few other things coming up in 2022 that I'm sure everybody will be looking forward to. So make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and to all our socials, to keep updated, because we have some fantastic stuff lined up for you.
Absolutely, couldn't have said that any better.
It's going to be. I mean, look, people are already jumping on to 616 saying just gone on 616. Hell of a Cal Engu Hulk cover on their feed. But yeah, what a way to end the show. She's given us an exclusive. She's been a fantastic guest. We've learned so much. So I think her phone has actually died. Or she's ghosting my messages. But guys, it's been fantastic. Everyone in the chat has been amazing, as you are every single Thursday. Fantastic questions. Don't forget to hashtag Carla Cohen, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and then next week, as Andy said, we will get out the wheel of misfortune, put all your comments and everything in there, and then we will pick a winner, and one of you lucky people will receive a Carla Cohen Batman 108 cover.
Yeah, the red one.
The red one. Oh, she's just messaged me back saying Charlie connection problem. So I'm just going to give her 1 second. So, do you want to come back? There we go. Look.
Do you want to come back and say goodbye? Oh, she's back.
I'm super sorry, guys.
It's fine. We're still offended. Oh.
I had a Wi-Fi problem. Like literally everything is shut off. So yeah, that was blackout for like 5 minutes.
Carla, normally it's me that has this problem. So I'm kind of secretly happy that it wasn't me this week, it was you. But we were just saying thank you for being an absolutely amazing guest. Thank you for taking the time to spend with us. And it's been great. I know you've been very welcomed, and the chat have absolutely loved you. They love all the work that you do. They're going to hit you up and follow you over on Instagram. So thank you so much for being an amazing guest. And
thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for having me there. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you all three. I hope one day to participate in one exclusive with one of your store. And I hope to see you in London sooner than I think, if they allow me to. Thank you to the people who follow this. I hope it will be people will be able to see it after. It will be
you'll be able to see it on the rewind.
So I can share on my social, because I'm going to be very activated on social right now.
Love it.
And yeah, thank you for your support, for your appreciation, and that's super nice. I'm super grateful.
And we hope to have you back, Carla, if you would, if you would come
100%.
back.
Yeah, of course. When I have some new projects on or anything, opportunity, I would be super happy to be back again on
I feel like
the geeky guy comics. I'm not
Guy
geek,
Comics.
but I'm into comics. Okay.
I feel like you should
Thank
come
you,
back
guys.
with the Stravosky diamonds that you're on about, the little Stravosky things. I want to see what that's all about.
Thank you so much, guys.
That'd be great.
Cheers, Carla.
Thanks,